a pleasure to be one year more here in this event that deserves the title of the most important event for decision makers all around Europe, and maybe one of the most important in the world, sure, in terms of the high level and the quality of the people that is attending to this event. It's a pleasure to share with you some reflections about the balance from the point of view of a national agency for cybersecurity in an amazing year with many, many news and challenges and threats, of course. But let me start with a point of reflection, personal case. Some months ago, during my 50th birthday, I received a special gift from a friend with several copies of the press of the day I was born. One new caught my attention related to the foundation in France of something called la Direction Générale de la Circulation, the National Authority of Traffic. And it was very interesting because it was so amazing. Why do we need, asked the journalist, in Europe, something called like that? Why is it necessary to put limits and to establish some kind of rules in the freedom of the space of the traffic in Europe? So the point was that that year, 50 years ago, in France, there was the impressive number of 20,000 dead persons in traffic accidents. Today, still we have the pity to have more than 3,000 people dying every year in France, in average. But it's incredible if you think one moment how many cars do we have in 1973 and how many cars now can we have in the space of France, simply. It's a very good point to start with a reflection of how important it is to make steps further in terms of more governance when we are talking about risks. We should remember that cybersecurity is a matter of risk of technologies, and it's very similar, all the analogies between the circulation, the traffic in the roads with the space, the virtual networks, the communications, and all this data that affects in all the spaces of our intimate domestic lives and in our lives in the works, in the studies, in the business and the economy, etc. So how important is all the steps that we have made in the last year in terms of have more governance, more cooperation? It has been a year marked by conflicts. We should remember, of course, all the suffering that we still see with our brothers in Ukraine. Special remembering for this situation. Of course, all the terrible situation, the terrific problem that we have in the Middle East and the conflict between Israel and Gaza. And we don't forget that we have many responsibilities when we are building a global ecosystem based on the protection of the more vulnerables. And people must be always present in all our work. And we know a lot about this. We are here, public-private organizations that have been involved in a very important success of the last months. That is the advances, the first European Union law for artificial intelligence, a regulation that includes cybersecurity from the starting point of to evaluate and to assess the risks associated to this technology. And it's very important because this is a step that keeps all the enlightenment process that from Europe we want to share with the rest of the world. Also, we are very more close of the alignment in cooperation between defense sector and cybersecurity sectors. In this year, we have been assisting the birth of the initiatives of the NATO related to Diana project, the innovative network of national establishments devoted to startups, entrepreneurship related to cybersecurity, funding capital instrument in order to boost all process of new startups related to technologies of dual use. Also in the NATO, we have seen the creation of a specific department for critical infrastructures protection. And many of us, many of our agencies, we are involved in this process that allows to establish a parallel cooperation between national strategies on cyber defense, cyber security, collaborating between civilian ministries, defense ministries, in something that is very necessary, that is this alignment between two sectors traditionally working more in parallel than together. So this is a very good news also, and a very good opportunity for the next times, that we have more and more opportunities to reach these kind of tools for support the entrepreneurship, the innovation system, and always in a scope that is beyond our borders, that involves in particular our alliance based on the NATO with the United States, with all the countries participating in the alliance, and of course with Europe in the middle of the most ambitious program of innovation in a strategic sector like ours. So this is other step that reflects this path of constant success in the advance of the cybersecurity in the governance, in more close cooperation between public and private agents. And this is only the beginning. We are facing in the next months a complete package of new directives in the European Union. We start with the transposition in the national members of the NIS2 directives. And in these days, we are talking about this in parallel during the summit, and how important will be to have a system of mutual recognition of private providers from the States, from the European Union, and to establish a system of mutual recognition of all these supply chains that depends all our cybersecurity system at this moment, like the sectors of critical infrastructures, essential operators, important operators, all these new denominations of agents of our ecosystem of cybersecurity. So in the next year, we will keep this movement through the global safety, the global cybersecurity that we are very committed, everybody here in this event. And this event reflects the best of our compromise with democracy, with civil rights in the digital life, with this common purpose for public and private sectors to keep together in this path that we have facing at this moment. So congratulations again, one more year, another successful event, and we expect to come back in the next editions, of course. Thank you very much.